applause, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Zambia What a Day. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Dingindaba Jonah Buyoya. Things are falling apart. Things fall apart. Bajembere bagalima inyemu basagumu. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us in Zambia What a Day. My name is Dingindaba Jonah Buyoya. We don't have to touch anything. It appears because every time you touch something, it goes to hell. Anyway, my name is Jonah, and I'd like to thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. What we do is give you highlights of what's been making news, and we add a bit of contexts to all of these stories. And you know what? I don't know. My phone is not connected, is it? I'm just going to try and connect my phone in it. What is coming up? Well, Lusaka's Mississippi compound residents demand urgent safety measures as two bodies are discovered in Ngwenya Dam. PF imposes ban on presidential endorsements and warns members against premature campaigns. President Hichilema urges Africa to strengthen health diplomacy and build resilient systems amid global inequalities. Those are the stories that are making news. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's start off, first of all, with residents of Lusaka's Mississippi compound who have expressed outrage following the discovery of two bodies floating in Ngwenya Dam. Eyewitnesses say the body of a teenage girl was retrieved on Sunday evening by her family, while the second body, believed to be that of an adult male, has yet to be retrieved by authorities. Well, by the time that this story was done. And we've got these details by Elfie Mwale Shampande.
A sense of fear and frustration hangs over Mississippi compound in Lusaka following the grim discovery of two bodies in Ngwenya Dam. The first victim, a teenage girl, was found and recovered by her family on Sunday evening. Less than 24 hours later, the body of an unidentified man was also spotted still floating in the water, awaiting retrieval by authorities. This isn't just a tragic coincidence. It's a wake-up call for a community that says their warnings have gone unheard for far too long. And Konkola Ward 1 Councillor Davis Chembe has confirmed that the dam was recently acquired by a private developer. No compensation or relocation plans have been finalized for residents whose homes now lie dangerously close to the dam's edge.
One of the investors who bought that area, he built the whole fence around the same to prevent those crimes. But I don't know why people, they are fond of going there, making suicide, and you find that they have even broken a certain area where they are entering. So now if they negotiate amicably that they do this and that, then that area will be totally fenced and the area will be well protected.
And residents are calling on government to step in immediately. Every time we report, they've told us that we've got no transport for us to come and retrieve that body. And yet we've notified authorities. Then what are they doing? It's so disappointing what's happening here in Mississippi. So this place is really dangerous for not just residents here, but for everyone who passes and uses this route in this area, because a lot of people die here, a lot. And I wish government will look into this seriously so that they secure this place and it no longer becomes a death trap for residents of this area. As Mrs. Simons, the death has become a symbol not just of tragedy, but of neglect and the urgent need for action. Elfie Mwale Shampande, Diamond News.
I am curious to find out, honestly, when the statistics come out on how many murders we've had in this quarter, because it just seems like they're quite a lot. And sometimes I'm stuck in between whether there's so many murders or it is the ever-increasing community journalism which enables people to post about things when they do happen. So I've really been wondering, maybe we should try to call Ray Hamonga and find out.
I don't think he's going to pick up, but...
He doesn't pick up calls?
I think he does. He does pick up calls.
So why do you think he's not going to pick up then?
Past 7 p.m.
Yeah, well...
Wait, as a person you're trying
his phone he's online with somebody else. But, I'd really be curious to find out.
Me too, honestly. I've actually thought about it for a very long time. The number of missing people and deaths and all that. Could be a very good investigation.
Well, no, don't say that. Investigation is for law enforcement. Law enforcement should do the investigation because they've seen the news, they've seen everything that's happening. And the reason why I'm saying that is because now everybody wants journalists to do an investigation on something. No, murders are to be investigated by law enforcement.
Who did it, but
yes.
Whether it's more murders or it's more...
Even that is the responsibility of the police to find out. This whole thing needs to come to an end. Every time somebody sees something, they just say, investigate journalists, investigative journalists. No.
But you love investigations.
No.
I feel like it's the thing you're passionate about the most.
It is, but it's getting out of hand.
I don't think it's too much. I
just
think that...
even just one investigation is a lot of work. You can't say it's not too much.
My point is there's just not enough people doing investigative journalism.
Brother, investigative journalism is a lot of work. It's months of work.
I've seen you do it, and I've been part of one in the two.
Exactly. So you know it's not easy.
I know it's not easy.
So it's really a journalist can do 1-2 investigative pieces in a year.
Yeah.
But you want to see an investigative journalism story every month.
I just said I think it would be a good investigative piece. No. Or it would be a very good piece.
Farmers in Luamakanda area in northwestern province have accused the Food Reserve Agency officers of engaging in corrupt practices at the satellite depot. The farmers allege they are being asked to pay up to 3,500 kwacha for every 100 bags of maize to secure clearance, raising concerns over exploitation and favoritism. They have further expressed frustration over prolonged waiting times, with some reporting spending weeks before their maize is purchased, leading to financial strain and the risk of post-harvest losses. Let's take a look at this.
Farmers in Luamakanda area of Solwezi district are expressing their outrage over alleged corruption practices at the Luamakanda satellite depot operated by the Food Reserve Agency.
I'm very much disappointed this year with the way FRA is working, more especially with their buyers in areas like Luamakanda satellite area, because you find that a farmer brings his maize to this satellite depot. What they do is, before they weigh your maize, your product, they have to charge you. If you take maize more than 100 bucks, they tell you to bring 3,000 or 3,500 before they do your work. Meaning they charge you as a farmer again. As a farmer, you have spent a lot of money to produce that particular maize. At the end of the day, they come and charge you again.
The farmers claim that the corrupt schemes have led to unfair treatment, with some maize consignments being prioritized over others.
For your maize to be counted or for your maize to be weighed, you have to pay those chaps who are there. It's very embarrassing and we are very disappointed. Because the government had said, the maize has to be bought by the Food Reserve Agency. But why is it that as a farmer spends a lot, a farmer takes his maize to Food Reserve Agency? But we find that this is the same farmer is being charged.
They have called on authorities to investigate these claims thoroughly and take the necessary corrective measures.
We took our maize a long time ago, but we find those who took their maize earlier are being charged. They are charging the money for keeping the maize and for weighing. So what does that mean? It is not corruption. It's bad. So we are appealing to the government, especially the DC and the PS, even the Honorable Minister, to look into this state of affairs.
Farmers have also voiced their grievances about the prolonged period they have been made to wait for their maize to be bought by the FRA.
Family 3 weeks. Not
We have waited for weeks with our maize after working hard to harvest it. This delay is affecting our families and our ability to plan for the coming season. Northwestern Provincial Administration says it is aware of the challenges farmers are facing in satellite depots in the province, however, could not comment on the alleged corruption undergoing in some satellite depots in the province.
Now, yes, we are aware that there are a couple of challenges insofar as the marketing season has unfolded. But however, I would like to indicate that as guidance given to the Minister of Agriculture by the President himself, that indeed no maize is going to waste, and efforts are being made to ensure that all maize that the farmers have brought to the depots will be able to be procured by FRA.
Mlenga Bwalia, Diamond News, Solwezi, Northwestern Province.
It's every angle of Zambia that is corrupt. Like, quite literally. Like, anywhere you look, you see, you don't even need to investigate this. It's there.
We have a problem. How do you shake down farmers, though?
It's just really, really exhausting. It's almost as if, it's just some of the times when I feel like you just give up. Because it's almost as if nothing can work. It's almost as if nothing can work because you look at one area, the next is a loop. It's almost like in fact, it's the same thing happening everywhere else. It's just that here, this is the police. Here, this is the RTSA. Here, it's the FRA. The only place which I don't know if there's any corruption, maybe because I haven't taken time to investigate and be curious enough at the toll gates. Because I just feel like people just pay at the toll gates.
Because it's so little.
It's so little for people like you, but for trucks, it's a lot of money. That's paid. So you're looking at it from the 20 kwacha perspective. But there's other loads of vehicles that pass through there. But yeah, it just seems quite seamless, sort of, at the toll gates. So I wonder if people... And really, honestly, if someone pays a bribe at the toll gate, then we're finished. No, like if there's someone who's been paying a bribe at the toll gates, then we're doomed, O Israel. It's finished. There's nothing there. It's done.
It's like people have taken advantage of the fact that the government is fighting briefcase buyers and telling the farmers to go directly to FRA. It's so bad.
The Patriotic Front has announced a ban on any form of presidential endorsements ahead of the party's official process to choose its next leader. PF Secretary General Raphael Nakachinda has warned that members who are overzealous in showing support for their preferred candidates risk facing disciplinary action. He has emphasized that while individuals may privately discuss their choices at home, public endorsements will not be allowed until the party formally opens the process. And Matero Member of Parliament Lusambo has clarified that new members will be allowed to contest the presidential seat when the time comes, as opposed to the 9 that previously applied. Let's take a look at this.
Sympathizers, supporters, and those who are associating with us, either through the alliances we have joined or those who are interacting with the party, we beg of you that let's allow this process of mourning to be undertaken without indecent posturing of those who are offering themselves for presidency. And imposturing in this case is not only by those individuals, but also those who support them. There are some who have even been so overzealous in wanting to project their preferred personalities for presidents without being sensitive to not only the period we're in of mourning, but also to respect that there are procedures within the party. Therefore, as Secretary General, I direct that all manner of endorsement from anybody within the party will attract discipline and action. If you have a preferred candidate, discuss that preferred candidate in your home.
There was 9 candidates that applied already. The question is, will those who didn't apply be allowed? As the SG has said, the spirit now is to allow everybody, to let the people, the owners of the party, of the PF, speak. Who knows, maybe out of the 9, there's somebody who didn't apply, who the majority people of the PF may want. So I believe our considered position is, even those that did not apply, they can start applying to the SG. They are welcome. We want as many participants so that the officials, all the ranks of the PF.
I'm curious to find out what that is about, like, so what? You cannot say who you support?
I think it's more or less they want to respect what's happening.
Seems a bit paranoid to me. President Hakainde Hichilema has emphasized the urgent need to strengthen health diplomacy to address inequalities that continue to disadvantage Africa in global health systems. Speaking at the, you know what? Let's try to call Rafael Nkachinda. I'm sorry. I'm just really curious. I tried to read the next story, but it might appear. Do I even have his contact? I'm just a guy, honestly speaking.
I don't even know. Guy.
I do have his contact. I don't know if it's. I do have his contact, and I'll tell you this: his profile picture on WhatsApp is on the Diamond live set. Yeah, he's in the Diamond TV studio. His phone is ringing, but he's not picking up. I don't think he's got my phone number. I've never called him before. It's like the first time I'm calling him ever. I'm calling him on WhatsApp. I don't have a profile picture. So,
but it brings the name, though.
Sorry?
It brings your name.
Not on a call. It just brings a phone number. Then it'll bring a name when he goes into the conversation. Yeah. I mean, even if he saw my name, him and I are not close, so he wouldn't feel compelled. Maybe unless Andrew is the. See, he's not picked up, so I guess we've lost out on that. So we go on, right? Or should I try Miles? Let's see then. He's not ringing. It's calling. I don't know what that is.
No, it's not ringing. It has to say ringing.
Sorry?
It has to say ringing.
It was saying calling, and then it was, and then it says, boop, boop, boop.
And this one is on D&D.
Yeah, maybe. President Hakainde Hichilema has emphasized the urgent need to strengthen health diplomacy to address inequalities that continue to disadvantage Africa in global health systems. Speaking at the opening of the 75th session of the... Maybe I should call President Hichilema. Yeah, funny that, isn't it?
I dare you.
He would not pick up, obviously. I don't even have his phone number. Speaking at the opening of the 75th session of the World Health Organization, Regional Committee for Africa in Lusaka, President Hichilema has warned that geopolitical tensions, trade wars, and fragmented policies threaten to derail the progress made in the health sector. The head of state has urged African countries to harmonize public health regulations, invest in local manufacturing, and build resilient health systems. Let's have a look at this.
The 75th session of the World Health Organization Regional Committee for Africa has opened in Lusaka, bringing together some of the continent's most influential leaders in health and policy. The gathering is being held as one of the most significant platforms for shaping Africa's health agenda, coming at a time when the continent faces mounting challenges from climate change, economic pressure, and shifting geopolitical landscapes. Among the key delegates in attendance is President Hakainde Hichilema, who has officiated the event.
Should we depend on someone outside of this continent for a painkiller? Absolutely not. To address these challenges, yes, raising money is important from different stakeholders, but this continent must focus on economic growth and more growth. That's what we are doing as a country here, focusing on economic growth, taking the opportunities that we never took before or ignored, investing in different sectors, investing together, trading together. This is the continent that trades least with itself. Even when we trade with ourselves, we trade through clearing houses outside Africa. I'm talking of financial clearing houses to facilitate trade. This is a serious anomaly.
We are living through a time of global transition. Trust in multilateral institutions is being tested. Some nations are stepping back, but Africa must step forward. Our voices must be clear, coordinated, and courageous. Here in Zambia, when I was still little, I used to hear, "One Zambia, one nation." WHO has something to learn from this slogan. All of us have something to learn from this.
Some hints on how to increase health financing have been given.
The shrinking donor envelopes and shifting geopolitical priorities continue to affect our ability to sustainably finance essential health services and scale up innovations. Addressing this situation requires bold, homegrown solutions, including innovative approaches.
Another powerful tool for generating revenue and improving health is through health taxes on tobacco, alcohol, and sugary drinks. In the past decade, Botswana, Cabo Verde, Gabon, Ghana, Kenya, Mauritius, Nigeria, and South Africa have all introduced such taxes. Just last month, Uganda increased its excise duties on tobacco. Also last month, WHO launched our 3x35 initiative, which aims to support countries to increase the real prices of these three unhealthy products, tobacco, alcohol, and sugary drinks, by at least 50% by 2035.
Africa has the people, even resources. What we need, and we need to commit that today, is true solidarity and true unity. Our people demand us to come together. Our history demands no less, and our future will forgive nothing less.
The conference serves as a crucial moment for African nations to unite, share strategies, and commit to long-term solutions that will strengthen health systems, reduce inequalities, and drive local manufacturing of medicines and vaccines. Victoria Kayeye Yambani, Diamond News.
Yeah. Anyway, finally, the Lusaka Magistrate Court has convicted former Lusaka Province Minister Bowman Lusambo in a matter that he pleaded not guilty to, acquiring properties which were reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime. The properties, which include a single-story 4-bedroom house and a guest wing and an incomplete block of 6 flats, are situated in Lusaka's Chamba Valley area. The matter has been adjourned to Friday for ruling on whether he is a second-time offender and possible sentencing. This will be the third judgment delivered by the court on various offences against Mr. Lusambo. He remains in prison cells as the court denied him bail pending an appeal on his previous sentences, but in the case he remains remanded in custody. Plus, the Lusaka Magistrate Court has set Monday the 1st of September as judgment in a matter for former Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Malanji is charged with possession of property reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime. Let's have a look at this.
Former Lusaka Province Minister Bowman Lusambo has been convicted again, this time on 2 counts of possessing property being proceeds of crime, contrary to the Forfeiture of Proceeds of Crime Act. Their properties, which include a single-story 4-bedroom house and a guest wing and an incomplete block of 6 flats valued at 22 million kwacha, are situated in Lusaka's Chamber Valley area. He possessed the properties between May 2021 and November 2021 in Lusaka. On July 26, 2023, he denied the charges and pleaded not guilty, and in October 2023, trial began with the prosecution bringing a total of 10 witnesses, while the convict brought 8 witnesses. Mr. Lusambo's testimony stretched from November 24, 2024 to March 25, 2025, in which he talked about his politics, which is, however, irrelevant in a criminal procedure case, according to the court. When the matter came up before court, Chief Resident Magistrate Davis Chiwili says the convict's testimony that a lot of money passed through his hands without any documentation during his political career is a red flag. Having carefully examined the evidence from both parties, the court says it has come to the conclusion that the prosecutor and any of its witnesses did not display any animosity of ill against the accused person. Magistrate Chiwili has added that the testimony of valuation surveyor regarding size of the plot on the title deed, saying the overstated plot size affected the overall value of the property. This omission also cast doubt, painting an incomplete report. The court has since found Mr. Lusambo guilty and convicted him accordingly. What awaits is another sentencing on August 29, 2025, as the court awaits confirmation on whether the accused former lawmaker is a second-time offender or not. Meanwhile, Acting Chief Resident Magistrate Arinwi Shimanga has ordered sureties to former Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Malanji to tell him to be in court on Monday for judgment. This is in a matter Mr. Malanji and former Secretary to the Treasury Freyson Yamba are jointly charged with 10 counts of willful failure to comply with procedure and possession of property reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime, according to the state. Between January 2020 and August 2021, Mr. Yamba, then serving as Secretary to the Treasury, irregularly authorized the transfer of 108 million kwacha to the Zambian mission in Turkey for real estate procurement. The prosecution contends that the transaction did not follow established financial procedures. In the same period, Mr. Malanji is accused of possessing a Bell 430 helicopter, a Bell 206 Jet Ranger, the Gibson Royal Hotel, and 3 houses in Silver Rest, all believed to be tainted property acquired through proceeds of crime. When the matter came up before court for an explanation from the doctor who issued a medical report on Mr. Malanji's illness following a postponement of the judgment, Dr. Beros Sikuwangu, who works at the University Teaching Hospital and part-time at Lusaka Trust Hospital, explained the circumstances that led to issuance of the sick note is that he received the patient around 20:30 and 21 hours. He testified that he interacted with the patient, examined him, and issued a sick note. When asked how he knows this person he referred to as Joe Malanji, the witness says that is how it came out in the computer system. Regards the connection between Joe and Joseph, the witness says it is not up to him. Magistrate Wishimanga gave the accused the benefit of doubt. Meanwhile, before Magistrate Sylvia Munyinya in a matter involving former Zambia Revenue Authority Commissioner General Kingsley Chanda, the court says judgment is not ready and has been adjourned to September 30, 2025. In this matter, Mr. Chanda, along with the former ZRA Director Administration Callistus Kauma, faces 22 counts of willful failure to follow established procedures contrary with Section 34, subsection 2B of the Anti-Corruption Act No. 3 of 2012. The offences are said to have occurred between January 1, 2017 and December 31, 2020. The prosecution alleged that the accused persons disregarded the legal protocols while handling the disposal of various vehicles, including a Nissan Hardy Body, a Nissan Tida, a Toyota Corolla, and a Mitsubishi Pajero. Best Jerry reporting for Diamond News.
I know somebody that's been to that house before. I'm going to call that person now. Today is just about cause, you know. Do you know the person I'm calling?
Yes.
Who is that?
Andrew.
Yes! So I'm calling him. Let's see. Let's try to talk to Andrew. Andrew. You know, why is your phone ringing? Is your phone ringing? There's a phone ringing there.
Oh, no. It's my laptop.
You're
connected to my WhatsApp.
You're on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I was reading this story, this Bowman Lusambo story, right?
Yes.
And I know you've been to his house. And it's being described as a single-story 4-bedroom house and a guest wing and an incomplete blocks of 6 flats that were situated in Lusaka's Chamba Valley area. A lot of people have asked this question, Andrew. Is this like a duplex? Like one of the best houses you've been to?
It's an interesting question. Well, I would not say it's one of the best houses I've been to, but I think it's a beautiful house. The front doesn't look complicated, but when you go to the back of it, yes, he put up something like a fish pond that drives you to a bar. And so he says, in fact, he describes that as the best part of his house. And I think one of the most interesting thing about it is that the bar is made of glass.
Do you think that?
So,
what do you think should be done to this house, given that he's been convicted in this case as having acquired property that was reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime? And I'm asking this because you've been there, you've seen what it looks like, and what do you think should happen to it? Looking at it, what do you think it should, for the benefit of the country, what do you think it should be turned into?
That's a very difficult question. It could perhaps be turned into a social welfare place for the vulnerable to...
The vulnerable at a duplex.
Well,
take one now, look.
That's what most of the property that government gets as cost of crime turn them into. Remember that the flats by one of Edulungu's daughter.
Yeah. That's what they do. But I'm asking you what you think would be the best. Because listen, Andrew, what is the benefit of doing such a thing? Because that is a high value commercial property. I think that it should be converting money. It should be bringing money instead of going to waste.
If we have to look at it in that way, perhaps maybe the best way to do it is to rent the property, rent it out. I think that would be the decent thing that government would do. Besides, turning it into an orphanage or whatever they could turn it into, I think rent the property, perhaps because if you go to his residence, you realize that the plot is very big, and there's other houses that are situated just before his house. The stretch is around 500 meters before you get to his house, and there's a tarmac in his yard. So perhaps maybe the government could decide to rent out those properties.
Do you think, when you look at it, do you think it would make a good lodge?
Come again, to make a good what?
Lodge.
I don't. Well, the way the house was built, it can't fit to be a lodge unless they break it, they demolish it, and then rebuild to fit it, to that standard of a lodge. It's built as a normal house, and so I don't think it would suit to be a lodge. I think, like I mentioned earlier, perhaps just rent out the property in the state it's in, rent out to companies so that the office space is there. Perhaps that could work out.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Cheers, bye. Andrew is a colleague of mine. He works also here at Diamond. Thank you for watching. This has been Zambia What a Day. My name is Dingindaba Jonah Buyoya. Adios, amigos. A round of applause will be good, guy. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.